Welcome back to Cherry Lake. We bring you a brand new exciting thriller from the brilliant minds of Matt Kennett and George Tabaris, with editing, sound effects, and music by the great Jared Zingsheim. This is the first ever Hip Dad Radio scripted radio program, starring the amazing talents of Lydia Handman as Sally Greer, Rocky Brown as Sheriff Sean Murphy, Luke Sharkey as Bernard Clifton, Alex Kennett as Scooter the Dog, Blair Sunhausen as Peggy the Secretary, Arthur Branicki as Mayor Chester Gibson, Matt Kennett and George Tabaris as announcers of the big game. And I'm your host, Curtis Hines. This episode is brought to you by the Detroit Tourism Board, and here to talk to you about Detroit is a special guest.
Hi, I'm Mayor Jerome Kavanaugh of Detroit, Michigan. Come visit our bustling town. Nothing can stand in our way to greatness. The auto industry is strong, and so are you. Come and stay in our growing, beautiful downtown. I'll see you there.
Cherry Lake is a tale of intrigue and mystery in the perfect quaint town of Bondville, Michigan, known for their delicious cherries. Last episode, we found Sheriff Murphy running around town after the police station received many calls about damages to the town. Inspector Scooter believes it was an animal, while Sally believes it was a monster that lives in the woods. With all the missing young men in the town, nothing is being left off the table. We left off with the sheriff and Scooter taking Sally out of school to go to the Cherry Lake woods to go look for their lost friend Tucker. Where is that boy? Last we saw him, he was trapped in quicksand as a monster was headed right to him. But that's not all. The big game against the Holland Hares is tonight, and tortoise fever has swept the town. Now we turn back to Sheriff Murphy as they arrive to the Cherry Lake Forest.
Is this about where you ran from?
Yeah, this is it. I came running out of there right around here.
All right, then. Lead the way, Sally.
Lead the way? To that horrifying monster? No way.
No way. I'm not going.
All right, fine. I'll go first. But tell me where to go. I'll keep this loaded just in case. You both ready?
No.
Scoot. Really? Why not?
I dare not enter your Cherry Lake Forest. Countless generations of dogs have been brutally murdered in there. It's our Gettysburg, if you will. I object. I object to going into that forest. You can't make me.
Oh, yeah, huh? This is the old spot families used to put dogs down. Very well put, Scooter.
Really? Why have I never heard of this?
Read a book sometime, Sheriff.
So I'm not going. Oof.
Inspector Scoot, we need you. You are the only one who can sniff out the monster. You're the bravest dog I know.
No.
Okay, well, I guess I'll have to eat all these cherries myself.
Hold on. We're talking about the same fruit here. That's cherries.
Yeah, that's right. I have a full bag right here.
Oh, yes. All right. Oof, oof, oof.
And there are more in the forest, a whole field at the totem pole.
Sally isn't wrong. There are cherries at Cherry Lake, just not at the totem pole. As is often the case, humans have succeeded in subjecting their dog to the work based on treachery and deceit. But Scooter is a good boy, so he obeyed. And the three headed into the forest edge.
Does this seem like the right way?
Honestly, I have no idea.
Come on. You must remember something.
Give me a break. I was being chased by a monster in a dark wood, running for my life. I wasn't exactly thinking I would come back here.
This is useless. There are a million other things I could be doing right now. Bondville's a mess. There are a dozen missing people, and even a few really important people. Everyone expects me to find them all.
Well, it must be this monster that's getting them, right?
A monster. Right. Try explaining that to the wife of a missing officer. Try explaining that to the mayor of Bondville. Sally, I don't know what you saw in these woods, but it wasn't a monster. Maybe a rabid deer or a prankster in a costume.
I know what I saw.
Oh, yeah. When you were high on the grass? I'm sure you saw some crazy stuff out there.
No, I would never smoke the marijuana. I said it in the principal's office, and I'll say it again. No.
Well then, what were you doing out here then? It's all very fishy, Sally.
Well...
You gotta tell me or we're going home.
Okay. There was a bomber meeting in the woods last night, and Tucker and I were trying to take pictures for the paper.
Interesting story, and I sort of believe you knowing you. What did you see then?
We found them, and, well...
Why were they out here in the woods, just for a little meeting?
Well, it was an initiation ceremony.
Who was it?
I don't know.
Who was it, Sally? I am the sheriff of this town, and I know that you keep tabs on everyone at the high school. You want to be a real reporter one day? Learn to cooperate with the law.
Oof.
Geez, Sheriff, you're scaring Scooter. He's already on edge for the past dog atrocities here.
Who was it?
Okay, fine, it was your son. It was Jack.
Jack? My only son, Jack? A bomber? Are you sure? No, that can't be right.
Yes, I'm sorry, Sheriff. I didn't want to tell you. He's a good kid. He's just caught up with some bad guys.
Are you absolutely sure? It doesn't sound like him at all. How dare you tell me this? What actual evidence do you have?
I tried not to tell you.
Those bombers are a bunch of lowlifes. I'm pretty sure they're the ones that tagged my car.
Yeah, about that,
Scooter, you got something?
It looks like Scooter picked up a scent. Sally and Sheriff Murphy chase after him, hoping they find Tucker. Scooter excitedly leads the gang to a small clearing. Immediately, Sally recognizes it as the last place that she saw Tucker. However, the scene has devolved into one of total carnage. The limp, lifeless body of Tucker is strewn across the forest floor, arms ripped off in a bloody and horrific display of pure destruction. Tucker's face is barely recognizable behind a sea of blood and guts. After the monster had its fun, it was clear ravens had swept through the area, feasting on the young man's remains even more. Immediately upon seeing this, Sally let out a cry of despair.
How could this happen? How could they do this to Tucker? Why?
Her lifelong friend, someone she began to have feelings for, is gone. The sheriff did what he could to console her, but to no avail. Now more than ever, Sally was committed to finding this monster and ending the terror before more lives are lost.
In all my years policing, I've never seen anything quite like this. God have mercy on us all. What do you see there, Scooter? Is that a camera?
That looks like Tucker's camera. There might be a picture of a monster undeveloped on there. I can take it back to the school's darkroom and get it developed.
Are you sure? Sally, it's okay if you need some time. We can handle this from here.
No, don't worry. I can do it. I know Tucker got at least a few good shots before being chased. He would have wanted this.
Well, if you say so, Sally, I'll call Doyle to come pick you up. I'll walk you back to the car and we can wait there.
After walking back to the car, the sheriff called in Doyle as backup to take Sally home. Or tried to, at least.
Hello? Dang nabbit, this stupid radio. I'm sheriff of this town. Why do I have the worst car on the force? First radio, then the graffiti. What's next? Well, Sally, looks like I'll have to drive you back and get back up here myself.
Sheriff Murphy starts the car and drives Sally back to the high school. Sally rushes in with the camera to go start developing the film right away. Sheriff Murphy is worried about her, but maybe this is the distraction she needs. He figures he needs to get back to the scene to try to uncover more clues as to what the creature is and where it may have gone. Hopefully still with enough time to get to his son's game. While Sally goes to develop the photos, and Sheriff Murphy rallies a team together to investigate the crime scene, we now go to Mayor Gibson's office.
Mayor Gibson,
Yes, Peggy, what is it now?
you have a visitor.
Not now. I don't have time for a visitor.
It's Mr. Clifton, sir.
Oh, why didn't you say so? Please let him in right away. Mr. Clifton, hello. Sorry Peggy kept you waiting. Sometimes she can be a little difficult to deal with. I thought you were that damn Mrs. Fellbottom, complaining about her missing cats again.
No problem at all, Mayor Gibson. I should hope to be treated just like anyone else here.
Well, please, come in, sit down. Tell me, why are you coming in today?
Well, as you are aware, the Cherry Fest is next week, and we are working with the town organizers to power the event.
Yes, perfect. It'll be the best year yet for the festival, with all the hardship that the town has faced. The missing boys, the missing cats, and not to mention a losing basketball team. Now more than ever, it will be the perfect opportunity for me to show the town that I can be their leader to a brighter future for Bondville. And Mr. Clifton, I'm sure you are none too keen to gamble on how you would get along with my potential successor. There's a lot of talk about the dangers of a nuclear plant, and there could be someone that campaigns on that. How is the plant going?
Well, all was well until a few days ago. This is why I need to speak with you. There are some complications in the plant. The generator is down until further notice.
Complications? Is this a matter of needing to use more of the lake to deposit your waste? You know that I'm always willing to sign those licenses for you.
I wish. No, I'm afraid this is more serious.
Well, what happened, Bernard?
Well, Mayor, I have kept some information from you. That it is clear that it's time for you to hear.
What have you been holding from me?
And then Bernard Clifton begins to explain his history. He begins with his time in World War II, where he learned the use of some powerful technology from secret German experiments. These experiments Clifton continued on in the States, but with the intention now to further the US effort against the Soviet threat. These experiments were unlike anything the mayor had ever heard of before, and he was both bewildered and horrified. Nevertheless, Bernard explained in great detail how the volunteers came to accept being biologically altered and how this alteration could allow the US to employ super soldiers in its fight against communism. However, the escaped experiment represented a grave threat to the town of Bondville because of its raw power. This experiment was too powerful even for Clifton to contain. To the mayor, not only did this seem like a scary development, but this could really hurt his re-election campaign. And there is no higher prestige than being the mayor of a small town in Michigan, so the mayor needed to cling on to his power as long as possible. In short, they agreed to keep this between them, lest the public hear of it and move to cancel or postpone the mayor's signature event, the Cherry Festival. And now, here's a message from our sponsor.
Meet the Thompsons, where everyday antics turn into laugh-out-loud escapades. In home sweet hilarity, laughter is the glue that binds this charmingly chaotic family.
Honey, is this cereal on strike? It won't fall into my bowl.
John, you've got it upside down. Cereal doesn't unionize.
Lily, the teen pancake Picasso, whips up breakfast masterpieces with a batter explosion or two. Max, the imaginative youngster, takes sofa leaps with heroic gusto. Then there's Sparky, the furry philosopher, seeking tale truths and universal wisdom.
Sparky's on a cosmic quest, deciphering tail codes.
Gathered at the table, they weave conversations of humor. Amid the laughter and chaos, the Thompsons show strength in their family bond. Home sweet hilarity, where life's mishaps forge unbreakable family ties. Only on Hip Dad Radio.
And now we turn to a special Hip Dad Radio broadcast.
Hello, everyone. You're listening to Hip Dad Radio, AM 1037, the leader of Northern Michigan sports and the home of your Bondville Tortoises. Tonight, we have the Bondville Tortoises going up against their perennial rival, Holland Hares. This is the biggest game of the sports year. And I'm joined by Matt, as always, the color commentator. Matt, what can you tell me about this matchup?
Thank you, George. It's great to be here. It's a historic rivalry between the Tortoises and the Hares, Goes back to the beginning of time, really. But
it certainly feels like it.
It's certainly. Hey, but it's going to be a big game. A lot of hype on this team for the Tortoises. And I think it's looking good this year. I think we might have it. We might have this game.
So tell me, Matt, what are the keys to the game for the Bondville Tortoises? How do they get off to a good enough start to surpass what has been one of the highest scoring teams in Northern Michigan, the Holland Hares?
Well, it's all about teamwork, George. It's all about teamwork. I noticed the star player, Jack Murphy.
Oh, what a player! What a player!
He's really promising, and he's really come up the past season, and all eyes are on him tonight. It's a lot of pressure on him, a lot of pressure on all the boys. I mean, this is their future. If this doesn't go well for them, their life could be over.
If they don't have basketball, what do they have?
Yeah, and that's the most important thing in this town, other than the Cherry Fest.
Ladies and gentlemen, your starting lineup for the Bondville Tortoises. At center, sophomore Leo Nardman. Your guard, Senior Jack Murphy. At guard, sophomore Michael Angelo Nardman. Power forward, Junior Raphael Nardman. At forward, sophomore Donatello Nardman. And now the Holland Hares.
All right, that was announcer Scotty Fielderson giving us the starting lineup for the game here for the Tortoises. And for those folks at home who don't know, the Nardsman brothers, they're brothers. That's right, they are brothers growing up together here in Bondville.
Grew up in very lowly circumstances, actually in the sewer system underneath Bondville, in fact. And it wasn't until legendary Michigan coach Mike Splintero found them down there and discovered their basketball talents. I believe they balled up parts of toilet paper they found down there and shot it into wastebaskets they also found in the sewers, and he discovered how beautiful their shot was.
And you know what I heard? I heard that these brothers, they love pizza.
Really? They love pizza?
Yeah, big pizza lovers. I mean, but who isn't, right? Come on.
Yeah, everyone loves a good pizza.
Yep.
All right, and it looks like we are about to hear from the Bondville Recorder Club coming to you live with your national anthem.
Yeah, and it's going to be Johnny Pike, little boy Johnny Pike. Yeah, he's going to be doing the national anthem here and on his recorder.
Isn't that something?
It's going to be great.
Here it is. Incredible. Wasn't that something? That was some of the most beautiful recorder music I have ever heard.
That was beautiful. You know, that makes me proud to be an American.
God bless the United States of America.
God bless.
Okay, and now we are set to tip off for your final game of the regular season, the Bondville Tortoises against their perennial rival, the Holland Hares. But first, a quick break.
Hi, Bob Wing Tanglington of Al's Bestos here. Once known for his iconic voice for Floja's Coffee, now in the insulation business. Asbestos is the latest in home temperature regulation. We're doing as best as we can to ensure your house is safely insulated. We're besto than the resto.
Don't forget to insulate your home with Al's Bestos.
All right, welcome back, everyone, to AM 1037, your home for Bondville sports. And we are about to tip off on the final regular season game of the Bondville basketball season against the hated Holland Hares. And here we go. Oh, and Holland wins the tip-off. Roger Roberto passes back to Greg Buggs, dribbles past the arc, sets up Ben Oswald, passes it back to Greg Buggs, who takes a mid-jumper and... Oh, and Jack Murphy fouls Roger Roberto as he was driving to the net. He may not even hit that one if he had an open look, so that is not a good idea from Jack Murphy. So far, doesn't seem like he's on his A game, has he, Matt?
It's not. There's something wrong. There's seriously something wrong. You could tell, like, in his expression on the court. He's frustrated. He's just, his face is red. He seems embarrassed. He seems uncomfortable.
You know, if you look closely, you can tell he looks up to the stands at this one spot. I'm wondering, Matt, if we have some more intel on why that could be.
I don't know. It seems like something's wrong. Something's missing in his life.
Yeah, it sure does seem that way. Misses the three-point shot. Jack Murphy is just not having a good day. The normally reliable Jack Murphy is missing all of his shots.
What is he doing out there? This is, quite honestly, this is embarrassing. This is embarrassing.
So far has not been a great night for Bondville, but there is some hope. There is some hope yet. I don't know what Mike Splintero can do to get him back in this game, but if there's any hope for Bondville, it rests on Jack Murphy's shoulders. Greg Buggs passes back, and with a screen from Steve Baxter. Okay, and we are about to tip off for the second half of the Tortoises versus Hares matchup, the rivalry of Northern Michigan. And here we go. The court, and dunks it into the net. Incredible.
Woo! That's what you like to see. Now that is how you play basketball.
Absolutely. It looks like Holland just is not on the same page with each other this half. It's almost like they're taking a nap out there, Matt.
That's right. I think they got a little excited by their lead, and they think they can just, dribble the ball, let the clock run, but the Tortoises are chugging along.
Play of what might be turning into an incredible comeback for our Tortoises.
I'd say I did not see this one coming, George. I did not. Yeah, it was a rough first half, to say the least. A lot of loyal fans, though, George, because everyone has seemed to stay. Every seat in the house is packed.
Truly incredible.
Yep, no one has left. Every seat taken. This is a great opportunity to talk about Papa's Diner. Come on down for the world's greatest cherry pie. Open every night from 5 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Just thinking about that cherry pie, Matt.
I'm probably going to head over there after the game, no matter what happens. Wow, we're back, and it's the fourth quarter. Wow.
Yeah, the start of the fourth quarter, and, Holland has put on a performance up till now, but Bondville has been showing a little life recently.
It has, yes, they have. They're coming back. Did not see this one coming, George.
No, absolutely not. Did not at all. And it's all thanks to Holland deciding to rest all of their starters all through the third quarter. I understand the hubris, but frankly, Matt, I think that went a little too far.
Yeah, they got ahead of themselves. They thought it was over, and they're just relaxing now. I don't know if that's what they should be doing anymore because it's getting close. The score is almost tied.
Yeah, that's right. It's only a few possessions in between Bondville and Holland. Right now. Driving to the net and they just drew within one possession just like that.
Wow.
The fourth quarter off to... Will you look at that? Where is the time gone, Matt?
The time gone?
We are so engrossed into this game.
Wow.
Just like that, there is only 1 minute remaining in the game.
Oh my gosh. This is crazy. I'm on the edge of my seat, George.
You're sitting down?
This may be the greatest basketball game I've ever witnessed in my entire life.
And just like that, Bondville calls a timeout smartly to discuss their options. What do you think they're talking about here, Matt?
I would give the ball to Jack Murphy. He's a bright, boy. He's brought the team here, and he's got to finish it.
That's right.
A lot of pressure.
As their best scorer, it's really up to Jack Murphy. Leo Norman passes back to Raphael, who dribbles up the court. Raphael surveying his options and has Donatello running across him to screen a now wide open Jack Murphy. Jack Murphy has a clear lane to the basket, drives to the net, and makes it, and a foul.
Oh, wow.
And one.
Wow, George. Oh, my God. What a game.
With the clock ticking down to 0, it all comes down to this.
Wow.
Will there be overtime in the final game of the regular season? After making a shot and getting fouled, you get only one free throw, unlike missing a shot and getting 2. So this is a critical moment here. It is one and done for Jack Murphy. That is it. If he misses, the clock is at 0, and it's game over. Holland winning.
Oh, I hope there's no distractions down there on the court.
It looks like Jack Murphy, he seems distraught down there. Do you know what's going on?
Well, you'd think it would be just a lot of pressure going on. I mean, everyone he knows and loves is there, and they're all watching him and hoping that he makes this basket.
You say everyone he knows and loves is here, and yet someone important seems to be missing.
That's right, George. I did notice that earlier. There is an empty seat on the court with labeled Sheriff Sean Murphy.
Reserved for my dad, love, Jack Murphy, it says on the sign.
Oh, yeah, it does say that. Wow. And I can't believe his own father didn't show up to the biggest game of his life.
And with that, Jack, looking a little distraught, takes a couple dribbles, looking nervously around.
You got this, Jack.
We believe in you. He looks up, takes his free throw, the ball in the air, and no.
Oh, no. That's
Jack Murphy misses
the game,
free
folks.
throw.
Wow.
A usually reliable free throw shooter.
Wow.
Hitting 90% of his free throws this season, and when it counted the most, when he needed the shot, he missed it.
Everyone is very upset in the stadium. It's silent.
Well, not everyone is silent.
groans.
Holland is jumping up and down.
Oh.
Their excitement is immeasurable here.
Wow.
Matt.
You hate to see that. A team that worked so hard to come back all the way in this game. They had the momentum, but Jack Murphy couldn't secure that free throw.
And with that, you're listening to AM 1037. Signing off for the very last time this year. From us to you, thank you for listening.
Ouch! Bondville was so close to being able to pull off the upset against their perennial rival. It makes you wonder, maybe if Sheriff Murphy showed up like he promised, Jack could have delivered the final shot when it mattered the most. Unfortunately, he was preoccupied, and with something anyone would describe as a higher priority than a basketball game. Sally has a lead with Tucker's camera, but what will come of it? We also have some much-needed background on Clifton and his relationship to the mayor. There is so much left uncovered, so be sure to tune in next week to the next installment of Cherry Lake.